Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk some more on the commitments. I tell you, I've been thinking more on it, and I thought, what makes commitments work is you need a plan. You need to prepare to make this plan work. And that's what takes commitment. So it's kind of a roundabout kind of thing. And I was just thinking about some of the situations I get into. You have to. We try when I get in a situation, I try to get everybody involved to communicate and to think and to really make some kind of sense before they commit to something. And I'm going to give you a few examples. One is like the police. They get in this, in military, the same thing. They'll get into, if they get to a spot where they feel they have no options, they will commit. And normally they commit into something that's not a good thing. In other words, if all else fails, they'll give you a direct order. And if you don't do the direct order, you will be arrested, you'll be jailed, or you'll be killed. See, so they've got themselves in a spot where they are going to commit to something. You don't want to get them in a spot where they have to commit to something. That's one reason why you hear people talk about you answer with a question. So then they have to think. They have to. Well, one thing they don't do is commit. So that's why you're doing it, things like that. And it's funny because another thing is when I am in a situation with a troublemaker, when something is getting ready to get, when they run out of options, they can't think. And that's because they're doing something normally immoral. And so then they turn to a threat. And it's funny because I know I have a plan on this type of stuff. And so when they come to a threat and they say this threat to me, I will come back with, that sounds like you're committed. Sounds like a commitment. Yeah. Now, it's either a commitment that I hear, or I heard a fart. And when I say that, it pisses them off. It pisses them off bad. And what I say, when you have a plan, you prepare, and then you have to stay committed. You have to stay focused on this to make your plan work. Okay, so they made a threat. It sounded like a threat, or it sounded like a commitment. or a fart. And so what happens, now they're pissed. And when they're pissed, they don't think. They're not focused on what they're going to do. So now, and I only do this when I know this is a bad situation, and the only way it's going to be resolved is someone's going to get hurt. And like I said, my plan is I'm not going to get hurt. So they're the ones that made the commitment. They're the ones that made the threat. So now they're pissed. And they're not thinking. They're not staying focused on their plan. And that's when they're the ones that get hurt. Now, there's a whole lot more to it. Because like I say, seldom, I want to say seldom, maybe never. But anyway, they never move forward when they're by themselves. Because the threat is normally something that they can't back up. That's why they turn to a threat. And so I'm not really that concerned about it. Like I say, I've got a plan, I'm focused, I'm ready to do what I got to do. And but that's why I say when it's one. Now when there is more than one, in which that's normally the kind of situations I get into, and then it's I'm looking at everybody because I want to know who all's involved in this, who all made this threat, or did this individual make this empty threat, or did he make this threat with the backing of others? Because I want to know who all's going to get hurt here. And that technique, that tactic, has worked well for me. And like I say, but it's only when I see violence is something that I can't get away from. And like I say, I've learned this through time. Because like I say, I've got experience. I'm older. I've been able to test different things, and I've found out the ones that work better than others, and all this type of stuff. The one good thing that's been working out for me is I have a plan. I prepare by practicing, by staying capable of making my plan work. And I say I am committed. That's one thing that I am overwhelmingly committed to, and that is I am not going to be a victim. I've told stories. When I was a child, there was times I didn't know any better, and so I'd been victimized. And even as a child, there was a lot of things you can't control. You can't, do anything about. So you get victimized. And like I say, after going to Vietnam, and being in the Marines and then going to Vietnam, the Marines really do instill confidence in you, and it helps when you are open to the idea of confidence, when you're open to the idea of bettering yourself. And when you are like that, then you're more capable of doing whatever it is you got to do. And one thing I don't do, and I'm trying to think, I know sometime or another I have in the past, and that is threaten. and that's probably one reason why I've learned not to threaten. So, but when you threaten, you've done committed. You've got yourself in a situation that you weren't too smart. That's why you got to the point where you have to threaten, because you run out of options to do it any other way. So, but anyway, this is the type of stuff that goes along with a commitment. And remember, when you are under some kind of a commitment, there's others that are in some kind of a commitment also. That's why you need to figure out how you're going to work your way through these situations. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.